Hello. Hello there, everyone. Guess what? Today I'll be having a guest on with me. I'm waiting for her to, well, let me see. She might already be trying to come in. Okay, so listen, I'm going live really quick before I jump on my day 2 of the Traveling Speakers Blueprint. I wanted to come on here and I got a guest that I'm bringing on with me. We will be talking about astrology. Well, I'll be talking about astrology with her and how to use it in your business. Okay, which is, I've learned that it's super important. And then we're also going to have a conversation about systems. And the reason why I'm having that conversation about systems is because that's what today's topic is in day 2 of the Traveling Speakers Blueprint. Okay, so I'm waiting for her. I sent her a link. Anyway, so let's talk about some astrology stuff. Well, let me check to see, is anybody even on here? Let me see. Is anybody even on here? I'm gonna talk anyway, okay? Because that's what I do, I talk. Because that's what I do, I talk, but I'm just curious to see, is anybody on here before I start talking? I see one person and that's probably me. Okay, it looks like Yasmin is probably hopping on now. Okay. Okay, she said, give me 2 minutes. All right, so in the meantime, we're going to be talking about astrology and how to use it in your business. So I know y'all going to come back and watch this later and catch up with it later. I wanted to remind you that today is day 2 of the Traveling Speakers Blueprint. And on today, we'll be talking about how using systems in your business will actually help you get out of that confusion that you're in, okay? And trust me, this is not something that you're going to figure out overnight. I'm still unraveling it. And the reason why is because you start systems or you start things and then they don't work, or they do work, you scratch it, you do something else. So it's always, you're always in some type of mode where you are, you're always in some type of mode where you are developing systems, reconfiguring it, doing another trial and error, because really the systems really boil down to having a strong marketing system, a front-end marketing system and a back-end marketing system. Marketing is the heart of your business, right? Consider that the word mark is also the word karma, which got to do with the heart, because the word car and karma means heart, like heart in cardiology, right? So the marketing is going to be the heart of your business. And so your whole system is really surrounded by that. All right, so are y'all ready for this new moon coming up in Leo? Again, we still in Leo season, even though we got a sun in Leo right now, and then it's about to be a new moon in Leo. Y'all better come on and hop on in this energy, this Leo energy. Okay. Let me put the link down in the description for y'all. If y'all want to join the, sorry, I'm having a brain fart right now. If y'all want to join the astrology class, right? If y'all want to join the astrology class, I'm going to put the link in the comments. Well, it's on the Black Fire Nation page. Okay, here's Yasmin. Oh, wait, did I let her in? I think I did. Okay, it says 2 people. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought that I let her in. Here you go. There she is. Close. Hey,
Hi, how's it
it's
going?
it's going. You know how it is in the middle of a launch, and you're like, "Ooh, ooh, ooh."
Yeah.
That's where we at right now. We in day 2 of the Traveling Speakers Blueprint, and I'm so happy that you agreed to come on
Of
and share
course.
the space with me. I really do appreciate you. I want to introduce my whole audience, which I don't know how many people on here because it was early and it's been unannounced. This is like I'm just showing up. But they'll come back and watch it later, so that's okay. So first of all, Miss Yasmin, can you share with us what you do and all your
Yeah,
great accolades and all the beautiful things about you?
sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Yasmin George. I have been marketing for 20 years, all the way from undergrad college to working at Fortune 500, a handful of tech startups, and I've ventured out on my own. A few years ago, I had my own marketing agency, did a lot of ads for small business owners. And now I'm more of a marketing strategy coach and systems coach to help people with not just their back end, but their strategy so that way they actually can grow and scale, get more freedom, time, money, freedom, because that's what everybody wants, especially if you're in a lifestyle business. Otherwise, I've worked with a lot of clients who are established. They have the money. It's not necessarily about the money, but it's how do you get the time. And those who are looking to get to a certain level financially, it ties in together. You have to design the life that you want first, and then have the right strategies in place and the systems to support the strategy so that you could really grow and scale. So that's me in a quick nutshell of what I do. I'm also on a board of a nonprofit. I work with a lot of other nonprofits, especially in the military and veteran and military spouse space. They're entrepreneurs. And my passion is really to help a lot of those who have taken that courage to step out of the norm and follow their dreams, to really get your dreams in place and just make them come alive. And it's not easy. Marketing is a lot, is very involved. It's very in depth and more than what people really know. And it's really the core of your business. So I really want to teach people how to fish. And that's why I ventured out into what I'm doing right now. And it is a journey, and I'm having a lot of fun. I'm meeting a lot of great people like Kamisha, and just the way we met. I just, it's
That's what I
hard
want
when,
to talk about.
yeah, it's hard, when you're an entrepreneur and you're like, working for yourself and you don't really have people around. It's just a different environment. But it's hard to connect with people online just because there's that trust factor. But when you do, to me, it's magical. So
It was definitely magical what happened with us. I think it was magical. Okay, so for those who are listening, thank you, Yasmin, for sharing everything
yeah.
about yourself. And I'm going to piggyback on, some of the things that I got from you, what I learned from you, just from being in your presence, just those few times helped me tremendously. But I'm starting this off by talking about the astrology. Now, Yasmin, when we had the conversation at Starbucks, I'm like, "Are you into astrology at all?" You're like, kind of like, "No, not really." So we're going to talk about like what actually happened. And I don't know if I really shared like the details with you about why I said yes when you
No,
asked
you
me.
didn't.
Well, you
You're
get
just
ready
like,
for the
well, you
story,
told me, you're
girl.
like, who is this adventurous girl that wants to meet up with me? And so honestly, like, when I meet people that are local, I get super excited based on what I just said. Like, it's a very lonely road being an entrepreneur and you're kind of in your own little four walls. And then so when I meet someone local, I'm like, oh, this is great. Right. Because usually we're, national or international, we meet people all over. So you can't really connect with people. So when I found out Kamisha was local, I'm like, hey, let's meet up. And she's like, huh? Who is this person?
So the astrology around it, or this, let's just say the story around it, right? I recently started getting deeper into astrology. I've always been into astrology, but in the past like year, I've really been getting very deep into it, meaning I know how to look at the current chart or the current planets and see where they are aligned and see what this planet is aligned with that planet, or this planet is not aligned. They call those squares and all the different, astrology language. Well, anyway, on the day that you mentioned hey, let's link up, I did check my chart that morning. And so for the people that is into astrology, listen. I'm going to explain it just a little bit. Mars was in Leo. So the planet Mars was in the zodiac of Leo. But in my astrological chart, it was in the 11th house. So what that means is Mars represents being assertive and it represents taking action, right? And it was in Leo, which means being creative, being courageous, doing something very brave, not being afraid to be in the forefront. And then it was in my 11th house, which is the house of Aquarius. And that means that it was also about networking, right? So we put all three of those things together, and we can create a sentence from it. And what it said was, take action, be brave, and network. Right. So, okay, I knew that was the energy for that day. And so we still can't remember where you popped up at, right? But somewhere, I was scrolling somewhere and I commented on one of your posts. And then I don't know how you saw I was in Philadelphia. Did you go look at my profile?
It was on your profile.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you were like, oh, you're in Philly? Oh, let's meet up. And at first I'm like, who, what? I don't know. Who are you, right? But without blinking, I remember that my chart said to be brave, to take action, and to network. And so I immediately said, okay, let's do it, right? Yeah. And so that's the story behind why I said yes, because I would normally be like, I'm not going to meet this lady. Like, who? I don't know who this lady is, right? So we meet at Starbucks. And we have like a 3-hour long conversation.
Yeah.
We like immediately connected. It was just such a beautiful, like, I don't even know how to describe. It was definitely magical. It was definitely magical. What would you say about it?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like we had a common denominator, right? Which is we're female entrepreneurs. We're moving towards our dream and our goals. And I mean, and it's just hard when you become an entrepreneur to find other people in your current circle in your life that understands what you're going through and where you can connect in different levels. And when you find someone that, yes, has the same interests and the same problems or the same goals, it is magical. And glad we found a location that we were able to stay for hours, because a lot of the other locations we were trying to find were ending earlier. But I don't know. It was just easy conversation, and it didn't seem like 3 hours. And that's when you know you're having fun.
Like, I know at some point
we had to force ourselves, like, all right, it's been 3 hours.
I know we kept doing it, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm trying to turn this, like, how like, okay, it's technology stuff, and it's starting to irk me. Because I'm like, I was trying to make it see that like they could see you and me next to each other, but whatever. No. I'm not about to drive myself crazy with the Zoom stuff. So we hit it off and we had this whole long conversation. So let's talk about, within like the next 5 to 7 minutes. Okay. So I could be off here about 10:50.
Sure.
Really, like you said, and I said this before you got on, the core of everyone's business is really around marketing. And I don't know if people fully understand, like, when people are like, yeah, I want to be an entrepreneur, they don't understand that what they're really asking to be is a salesperson and a marketing person. Yeah. Right? Unless you're about to hire those things out. And even if you do hire those things out, you still have to have the story that you want to create within your own thing. Like, I would say this one thing, and then I'll let you elaborate on it. I know one thing for me, I would specifically say, like, where you helped me at was 2 things where you helped me at a lot. We had 2 long conversations, and one of them was give people what they need. No, give people what they want, not what they need, right? Yeah. Now, Yasmin, I'm being completely honest. That wasn't the first time that I heard that, right? Because Aaron says that all the time. Give people what they want, and then give them what they need, because they are attracted more to what they want on the front end, right? But I don't know, it's something about us having this long conversation about it that really made it like stick for me. And I ain't saying that I even have perfected that, but it definitely like, I felt like it clicked on another level for me, right? And then the other thing is every time I said like, whatever I said that I wanted to do, you would cut me off and be like, who?
Yeah.
Who? Right? And so those things were really, really helpful for me. But in regards to like the next step of getting those things in order is to create a system around those things. When you do figure that out, right? That's a whole nother level. So go ahead on and talk about the system, how important a system is.
So yeah, the system, essentially it's the customer journey as well as your, let's say, processes, your back-end processes. Now, a lot of times when I work with clients or people come to me, they're like, man, I'm drowning in my business. I'm constantly working in it. I want to work on it, right? Again, going back to the goal of time, money, freedom. So everyone's chasing to get that time, money, freedom, right? But they're not thinking, how does that actually happen, right? You can't be everything to your business. So when we're entrepreneurs, we like, obviously we're excited, especially when we start, we want to do things our way. We're, we have like the highest energy for it. And then when we see how much is really involved, like a lot of the little tedious things and the manual tasks that you don't realize is there, it starts draining your energy. And then therefore you're not going to be able to show up the way you need to. And then you're listening to all different types of gurus and doing all this types of research on how to do it. Now you're confused on top of having little energy. And so you just go through these like cycles. And so what happens when you're in that phase, what you really need to think about is, how do I create a system and a process? And it's not the fun stuff. It's the boring stuff,
part,
the unsexy stuff that most very successful entrepreneurs will say is that you need to learn to do the boring work, the boring and unsexy stuff. And so, but it actually becomes fun once you have enough data. So essentially, your business has to be surrounded around data. Like, okay, what's working, what's not working? Who's the type of buyer that I want? Who's the type of buyer that's actually buying and getting the results because they're listening to what I'm telling them they have to do? And so the more you start trying different things, the more you start understanding, okay, this works, this doesn't work. This works, this doesn't work. I used to, I hate to say it this way, but I'm such a people person. I love all types of people. But when I became an entrepreneur, I was like, I don't like people anymore, because they were very demanding of not understanding what things were. So I started to come up with, and I'm not saying I don't like people, I do. It's just, I want to decide who I work with to protect my energy, and those who I know I can help, and those who are willing to be helped. So around that, I have to be like, okay, who are the people that I'm targeting? Like, so what's the messaging? How do I get them in? Now, what's the process? So I'm not manually doing things. So systems really mean it could be tools that you can automate, or other people like VAs or W-2s, whoever it is, to help do the things that you don't necessarily need to do, because you need to focus on the things that are going to generate the revenue for you and the strategy. So it really comes around, like, the systems help you also say no to the people that you can't help or you don't want to help because they're just not ready for you, or they're just not the right people for you. So
that's true. That's true.
Systems are super important, because it's almost
it's a
like
lot. It's a lot. I don't mean to cut you off because I gotta get
simplified. It can be very much simplified, which is the core of what I teach. It's like, there's so much we could do, but you want to simplify your business so that way it fits your life, it fits the type of people you want, and you have it streamlined. So that way now you can actually relax and just have the money come in and work on the things that you want to do. That's the goal.
It's a lot that comes with that. And that's why today is day 2 of the Traveling Speakers Blueprint. So I will be giving all the attendees to the event. Y'all can still sign up if anybody's listening to this and they missed day 1 and they still want to come in. Y'all can sign up for day 2. And today we will be talking about the 3 core systems that you need to have in place if you want to get booked, at least for your first speaking engagement. Right? You still need to have systems in place. What are you doing on a daily basis? What are you doing on a monthly basis? What analytics are you looking at? I'm not going to go into the details. If you want to go into the details with me, then you can go ahead on and sign up for the program that I'm doing today, starting in the next hour. So that's the reason why I got to go ahead on and hop off here. But y'all can go ahead on and connect with Yasmin if you want to. You can follow her. And I also want to see y'all. Hopefully, I'll see y'all on the workshop that I'm doing today at 12 o'clock. You can still sign up for that. And also, if you're interested in learning how to use astrology for your business, as you can see, I used it and it helped. And it helped me meet this beautiful lady who also helped me in my business. All because I knew what the transit was for that day. So if you want to learn more about how to use astrology in your business and on a daily basis, especially as a speaker, because Mercury rules over speaking. Hello, somebody. Mercury rules over speaking. That's what we'll be talking about. You can sign up for that. That is on day 4, which is this Friday. Yasmin, thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, everyone. See ya.
Bye-bye.